Typically, running backs in this league don't play that much in the preseason. Years ago, Emmitt Smith rarely played in the preseason. Those guys just seem to have a feel. They can get a feel for what they need to do in practice if the practice is competitive and you're practicing in the right environment, which we believe we do. I do think Zeke playing in the game last year against Seattle was good for him and good for our team. I think he played 8, 10, 12 plays in the game. So if he plays, he'll play in a similar fashion.
Speaking of Tyler Jacobs, he's here to talk a little NFL now. That was Cowboys head coach Jason Garrett discussing his plans for Ezekiel Elliott and how he will utilize him. Elliott ended up playing 10 snaps and getting 6 carries for 18 yards. Now, Tyler, if you're the Cowboys, do you let Elliott pound the rock in the final preseason game?
No, that's unnecessary. Ezekiel Elliott, especially working behind that offensive line that they have there in Dallas once the regular season does get started, is not going to need a lot of time to tune up, to get ready. He is someone who can come in right away and carry the ball after he serves the suspension we believe to be 6 games. And unless it's reduced by the NFL, that's what we expect right now. After those 6 games, come in immediately, 20, 25 carries, 28 carries in a game. With that offensive line, we saw what they did a year ago. They're not really integrating any new major pieces. The core of that line is still intact, and Ezekiel Elliott should have the rhythm in the same offense with the same verbiage and the same play caller, getting them in and out of the huddle. This is not an issue. Don't risk injury, because now we're talking about that storyline in this preseason with Julian Edelman, Spencer Ware, Tyrod Taylor, so on and so forth. Do not risk anything that's going to have Zeke out for an even longer time than the disciplinary reasons. No reason to have him carry 15, 20 times in a meaningless 4th preseason game. Get him his 5 or 6 touches, whatever the case was tonight. Like Jason Garrett said, if we use him in game 4 of the preseason, it will be in a similar capacity as to what we saw tonight. Get him his touches, and then hope that somehow, some way, that suspension is reduced by the NFL. But bottom line is, you want Zeke fully healthy and ready to go whenever he's able to return from that suspension for the stretch run for the Cowboys in the NFC East.
As Zeke, what are you telling yourself in your head right now if you do have to wait out those 6 games?
Just got to keep my body right. Got to stay out of trouble. You know, don't want to have anything in social media that has bad optics. That's unnecessary and unwarranted. We don't need to do that. Keep a low profile. Stretch, cryogenic therapy, eat right. Do all the things that you should be doing as a elite professional athlete for your mind and body to get right for when you are playing again with your boys in the huddle.
That appeal hearing is set for August 29th, so we'll see if he ends up serving those 6 games of suspension. But if not, you have a great point, Tyler. Stay off social media. Don't do anything rash. Just wait this one out.